it's Erica and welcome back to my channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to go ahead and do that. Click that red subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified every time that I upload. So it is 2018 and I thought it'd be a perfect time to give you guys a nice chit chat encouragement session. You guys love these videos and I kind of love making them for you guys. So today I wanted to talk about not giving up. I picked this because I thought it'd be perfect for 2018, and not only that, last year I had so many comments from you guys telling me how old you guys were, how many kids you had, how you felt like you were starting late in life and that you weren't doing what you wanted to do, and I thought it'd be the perfect time to tell you guys that you still have it and just encourage you guys and let you guys know what's up. So you already know how this works. I'm going to give you guys a Bible story, I'm going to tell you what I mean by it, and we're all going to leave here feeling better than before we clicked on the video. So as usual, I'm going to race through this story and then we're going to talk about it. So we have Joseph. Joseph is the favorite brother, and he has a few other brothers over here, but we're talking about Joseph. So we have Joseph. He is the favorite among his father. His father loves him, does extra special stuff for him, even bought him a beautiful coat, and his brothers of course are very jealous of his treatment and just very jealous of him in general. So Joseph begins to start having different dreams. God sends him dreams, and these dreams are showing him being a ruler over them and just people bowing down to him. So as anyone who would have a great dream shares the dream with his family, and they're very jealous of the dream. And of course he sleeps, he wakes up, has another dream again that he's going to be a ruler and that people are going to be over him, and he tells that dream, and once again they're very jealous of him, so jealous that they want to kill him. So he's out in the fields one day and they plot to kill him, but one of the brothers says, you know, no, don't kill our brother, like he's our brother, don't do that. And so instead what they do is they take that beautiful coat, put a little bit of goat's blood on it and give it back to the dad, so the dad thinks that Joseph has been eaten by some animals, and then they sell Joseph off to slavery. So he was very sad. He's been betrayed by his brothers. He's bought by a man named Potiphar, who is an Egyptian, and God blesses him there. When he gets there, he's doing great. Potiphar loves him, gives him special treatment just like the dad did, and everything is great. And then Potiphar's wife lies, is trying to seduce Joseph, and Joseph is like, no, this is my servant, I'm gonna do what's right. So Potiphar lies on Joseph and says that he tried to rape her. So they put Joseph into prison. So he's in prison, and God continues to give him favor, continues to help him teach the people in prison and do different things. And then there are two people in the prison and they have dreams, and Joseph's able to interpret the dreams down to a T. And when he interprets the dream, I think one of the dreams said that the Pharaoh was going to forgive the guy who was in prison, and the other dream said the Pharaoh was going to kill the guy, and those are exactly what happened. So Joseph asked the guy who lived, he said, you know, when you go to the Pharaoh, let him know that I can interpret dreams, let him know what I've done for you. And the guy forgets. So long story short, Pharaoh has some dreams of his own, and nobody can interpret these dreams. And then that guy remembers what Joseph did for him and lets the Pharaoh know that, look, Joseph can interpret dreams and he can tell you what these dreams mean. God has allowed him to be able to do that. So he calls for him and he tells him about his dream and what his dream means, and his dream shows that there's going to be a great famine, and there's also going to be a great opposite of famine, great things happening, and then a famine happening. So he's going to need someone to run his kingdom or help him out during the good times, so that when the famine comes, he'll be able to portion out the food and do all those things. And he's going to need a great person on his team, and he interprets the dream as such. And then the Pharaoh's like, well, you know, you're such a great man of God and all these things, I'm going to make you that person. And he becomes ruler over all of Egypt, just how he dreamed back in the beginning. And he's ruler over all of Egypt. His brothers have to come to him for food for the land. And yeah, what I want you guys to get out of this story is that we all have dreams. We all have these things that we want to do in life. We all have these goals, and then we all have obstacles on our way to getting there. We have children, we get older in age, things happen, people are rude and mean to us, people treat us badly, people sell us into slavery, things happen, people lie on us, we go to jail, a lot of things happen, and at the end you end up at that place. The dreams that he was having, he ended up manifesting at the very end of the story. At the beginning, you would have never thought that he would have ended up being that king that he dreamed about. He was sold into slavery. He could have been killed. Anything could have happened. And I think it's just important for us to realize that so many things happen along the way, but if we don't give up, we can make it to where we want to be. And I think that's a great story told in the story of Joseph, because it's like he had these dreams that he's going to be the leader over them. People were going to bow down to him. He's going to be over these people, and they're just dreams. And if you just follow the story along, people were jealous. That's going to happen. People are going to be jealous of you for having dreams. People are going to be jealous when you do well. That's gonna happen. And then you keep going, people are lying on him. Potiphar's wife said that he raped her, and he really didn't even have any contact with her. And that's gonna happen. People are gonna lie on you. They're gonna say different things to try to prevent you from getting to that end point. And you just have to know that there's an end point there. You have to believe in yourself. You have to trust in him. You have to know that you're gonna get to the end point. And you can't give up. You cannot give up. What would happen if he would have just went into slavery, been so depressed about being into slavery, and just was done? He didn't care about anything. He didn't try to interpret dreams. He didn't try to live a good life. He didn't try to do these things. Then he would have never made it to the next step. And if he would have allowed going to jail to stop him too, then he would have never made it to that next step. Look how close he was to that next step. I think that picture, I'll put the picture up here somewhere, that we always see like on Facebook and everywhere, and it shows a guy who's like hammering through coal, and like he's right where he wants to be at the end, but he gives up and turns around. He's like this much from opening up or like getting to the next side. And I think that's how we are. We are so close to getting to that next side, and every journey is going to be filled with obstacles and different things, but at the end of the journey is your calling. It's your gift. It's that thing that God called you to do. And it's like you can't give up. You cannot give up. No matter what happens, you cannot give up. I also want you guys to realize that it didn't happen overnight for Joseph. He didn't just one day have the dream and the next day he was the ruler. You realize that? It did not happen overnight. A lot of steps and things had to happen. He had to go through things. He had to be tested. Things had to happen for him to get to that point of being the ruler over those people. And that's the same thing that's going to happen in your life. You're going to be tested. You're going to go through things, and things are not just going to happen overnight. So a really important lesson that I learned after reading the story of Joseph was how he handled his brothers after he became ruler over them, like he had dreamed about when he was younger, or dreamt about when he was younger. So what I learned is that when Joseph becomes ruler and there's a great famine in the land and there's no food anywhere, Joseph has kept all the food and he's kind of dishing it out to different nations and whatever else. And Joseph's brothers come and they're asking him for food. They have no clue that it's Joseph, and Joseph is treating them he doesn't treat them well at first. So this is kind of how we would be. We'd be like, you know, you didn't believe in me, so I'm not going to treat you well. And he didn't treat them well at first. You know, he was kind of bitter about them selling him into slavery. And then I think God worked with him and changed his heart, because long story short, they come back and he embraces his brothers and he's so happy to see them, and they move the dad down there and they're able to have the father can see that his son is alive, and they're so remorseful to Joseph. They're like, we're so sorry for selling you into slavery and all of these things. They're so sorry. And Joseph's response to them is like, you know, don't be sorry, because if you didn't do this, if you didn't sell me into slavery, I wouldn't be the ruler over all of these people. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't be here. And I think that was a great message for all of us, because I think so many times we want to be bitter and we want to be mad at the past and things that have happened and people who have done us wrong, but all of those things have gotten us to the place that we are now. Without them, we wouldn't be up here where we are now. So I think it's important to I don't want to say forget about the past, but I think it's important to forgive those people and to let those things go and to be at peace with what happened, because if those things did not happen, if you didn't lose a job, if they didn't break up with you, if whatever else wouldn't happen, then you wouldn't be at the place you are now. You wouldn't be climbing the ladder of your life. You wouldn't be on your way to becoming the ruler over all if you were just stuck on what happened. So it's very hard to do, but sometimes we have to realize that nothing happens without God's permission. So anything that happened to you, He allowed to happen as a way to mold you, as a way to carve you into the person that you're supposed to be. So we have to look at these things and these people as, that was God using you to make me a better person. And for that, I am thankful and I'm grateful, but I'm not going back to that. But I'm thankful and grateful that He was able to use that to make me the person that you called for me to be. So to everyone out there who has commented telling me how old they are, how many kids they have, or how they are too old to do certain things, or just feel like they're getting a late start in life, or just late on what they're supposed to be doing, you might be sold into slavery right now. You might be getting lied on by Potiphar's wife. You might be in jail. I don't know. But either way, you're gonna get to be the ruler over all those people. You're gonna get there if you can make it through these setbacks, if you can make it through these different things, these things that you think are holding you back. If you can just make it past those things, then the ruler is on the other side. So don't stop. Don't stop believing in yourself. Don't stop dreaming. Don't stop to address the haters. Don't stop to address the jealous people. You know what they're there for. They're there to be roadblocks. Don't stop for the people who are lying on you. Don't stop for the people who try to sell you into slavery. Don't stop, because there is something at the end of this journey. So do not stop. Don't stop being forgiving. Don't stop dreaming, like I said. Don't stop believing in yourself. Do not give up. Another really good one is David in the Bible. He has another brothers that were there, and he was the only one anointed out of all of his brothers. He didn't look the part, he didn't act the part, but he was the one who was anointed to be the king. But even though he was anointed to be the king then, he didn't get to reign and be the king until 7 years later. So I think all of us are waiting for like the type of thing, and things just happen slower than we think they do. You have to be molded, you have to be made to be that great person, because when you become something overnight, it doesn't last. But when it takes you a little bit longer to build up the courage, to build up the strength, to build up the character, to remain at that top position, you can remain there. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it didn't ramble too much for you guys. I hope you guys got something out of it. I can honestly say to you guys that when I was younger, I hated to read the Bible. It wasn't interesting to me. It was boring. I couldn't figure it out. The words were funny. I was just lost. But now that I'm older, like, I honestly enjoy reading the Bible. There are so many just scriptures and things out there that will just really lift you up, like, honestly. And sometimes at work, I'll just watch little animated YouTube videos of like different Bible stories and stuff. I know I'm just a dork, but yeah, and I love it, and it's just so much fun. I love to read it. There's so many stories in there. I mean, for every emotion, every feeling that you could feel, there's a story out there of a Bible story that has happened or that can lift you up and encourage you. So I encourage you guys to check it out. I don't know if you will or not, but you should. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it wasn't too much. I hope it was just right, and I hope that you guys are encouraged, and I'll see you guys very soon. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. Bye. Don't give up.